and thank you for joining us. My name is Bibi Katun, the Communications Officer at the Guyana National Bureau of Standards. Welcome to another edition of the GNBS In 30. In this program, you will learn all about our calibration services offered by the GNBS. Calibration is important to ensure accuracy in measurements, and this service is offered to clients in the oil and gas, manufacturing, and other industries. Also, in this program, you will learn about other companies that signed on to our Made in Guyana Certification Mark Programme, tips that you should employ when you're shopping, and we will also tell you about decentralizing of our offices to the various regions of Guyana to ensure that we bring quality and standards closer to you. Thank you for staying with us. Firstly, we know many persons have been conducting their back-to-school shopping, whether it's for students, pupils, or even teachers. You have been out there shopping for that stationery, for your footwear, your clothes, your garments. Some of those things that you have been shopping for are monitored by the Guyana National Bureau of Standards. We monitor 17 categories of products, including footwear, garments and clothing, your electronic appliances, and tablets. As you shop, the GNBS would like to share with you some of the tips that you should take into consideration, some of the rights that you have. So in the month of August, the GNBS partnered with the Department of Consumer Affairs to share those tips on what to do when you're shopping for these items. Let's take a look at the highlight from that video.
Given it's that time of year when consumers are now actively involved in shopping for back-to-school supplies for their children, we at the Department of Consumer Affairs believe it's of key importance to provide you with the necessary information needed to make better choices or the best of choices while participating in the marketplace. As such, I'd like to leave with you some very important tips that we believe will help guide your decision making while making your purchases. The first being, check with the schools first. Parents should check with the schools in which your child or children attends for the required list of school items needed for the school term. This will help guide your purchasing decisions and will help you to save money. The second being comparison shopping. In addition to having the required list of school supplies needed, parents should compose a comparison shopping list that will help guide your decisions as well. It will help you to budget properly and save money. My final point on back-to-school shopping tips is for parents to know the return policies of stores in which they make purchases from. Ask for your receipt, as your receipt is your only proof of purchase, and ask what the return policy is on the commodities you may purchase. I have given you a mouthful of information there, and I'm sure my colleague here would have some more to add to what I would have just said. Baby?
Thank you, Ms. Hubbard. And in addition to some of the tips that Ms. Lucretia would have shared with you, there are some other things that I'd like to highlight. For example, ensure you inspect your products. I know sometimes we're in a hurry and we don't take the time to inspect the products before leaving the store, but this is something that you should do because, for example, when you're shopping shoes, and I like go back to footwear because I like shopping footwear, you would purchase a shoe and then you go home and find that something is not right with it, or maybe you have two different sizes of the same shoe. So it's important to inspect your products. When it comes to clothing, for example, that the GNBS also monitors, ensure that the stitching at the seams are properly sewn so that when you collect it, it's not going to start losing out after a time. It's the same when it comes to unraveling. Ensure that your clothing is not unraveling before you take it home. And there's something that I recently learned, that you should shop for shoes later in the day, because at the end of the day your feet tend to swell, and this will give you a better fit to have a more comfortable shoe throughout the school year or the school term. Also, ensure that you shop for shoes that fit the larger foot. So sometimes you would go shopping, we all have one foot that's larger than the other, and ensure that you try on both sides. When you try on both sides of the shoe and you walk, then you will know that it's a comfortable fit for you to be able to wear that all day. It is important to know your rights as consumers, and also it is important for businesses to play their part in ensuring standards and quality. Let's take a short break.
How do you ensure that the products and items you purchase are quality? We do it so that you don't have to worry. The Product Compliance Services Department of the GNBS ensures consumer and retailer protection through inspection and monitoring of products. To date, we inspect 17 categories of products, ranging from footwear, mobile phones and gold articles, to electrical fixtures and fittings, all just to ensure that a substandard product never reaches the consumer. To find out more, contact our Product Compliance Services Department. GNBS, creating a culture of quality through standards.
Now let's switch our attention to our calibration services offered at the GNBS. This is important to ensure businesses have quality control. Calibration is critical to maintaining accuracy and assuring reliable benchmarks and results. Without regular calibration, equipment can fall out of spec, provide inaccurate measurements, and threaten quality, safety, and also affect the life of the equipment. The GNBS offers calibration in 11 areas. In this program, we will be looking at mass, balance, and pressure. With me is Mr. Edward Melville from the Industrial Metrology and Testing Department to tell you more about these services.
Today's economy, especially our fast-growing oil and gas sector, depends on reliable measurements and tests, which are trusted and accepted internationally. This is realized through the Industrial Metrology and Testing Department, through our calibration and testing services. And just for our viewers, industrial metrology is actually the functioning of instruments used in industries as well as in production and testing processes.
Thank you, Eddie. In this edition of the program, we're going to focus on mass, balance, and pressure. Can you talk about what are some of the equipment calibrated in these areas and who uses these equipment?
Yes, so we can start with mass. So what we calibrate is weights and weight kits, and these ranges from 1 milligram all the way up to 1,000 kilograms. So those calibrations are mainly for weights and weight kits. With regards to pressure, those devices are pressure gauges, and their ranges from, let's say, their oil-operated pressure gauges we can calibrate from 0 to 40,000 psi, water gauges up to 5,000 psi, and air-operated gauges from 10 to 60 psi. With regards to electronic balances, we can go all the way up to 500 kilograms. And some of the clients with regards to these are, example, our oil and gas sector. I mean, they're more involved with pressure, mass, and electronic balances. Example, Halliburton and Schlumberger and so forth. Also, other agencies like the medical laboratories, they will submit like thermometers, and we will have to calibrate the electronic balances. Other regulatory agencies, like for example, Food and Drugs Department, the Gold Board, GGMC. In the manufacturing industry, there's Edward Bihari, DDL, Banks DIH, and also other ministries like Ministry of Infrastructure, where we do the calibration of compression machines.
Calibration is important, but for persons who do not know or understand that they need to calibrate their instrument, can you tell them why they should visit the GNBS and get this done?
Right, so calibration, once you're using an instrument, you must ensure that that instrument is reading accurate. And one way to do that is to have that instrument calibrated. So it actually gives you confidence with regards to that instrument, and that your results being provided by that instrument is actually accurate and reliable.
Great. That's quite a lot of information. How can persons access calibration services from the GNBS or from the Industrial Metrology and Testing Department?
So a client can request a calibration through our website via a phone call or an email. So once we receive that request, someone will contact you, and you can schedule that calibration for that equipment. In some cases, we may require a site visit. For example, if there's a compression machine or an oven, we may have to visit to assess that equipment to see if it's possible to do the calibration.
Be sure to utilize our calibration services. You can contact the GNBS, which is the National Measurement Institute, on 219-0064-66, extension 289 for the Industrial Metrology Department. More after this break.
You have invested a lot of time, money, and energy into your business, products, and equipment. And you want to ensure accuracy and quality for both yourself and your customers. Take the guesswork out of it and be 100% sure with the Industrial Metrology and Testing Department of the Guyana National Bureau of Standards. We calibrate equipment measuring weights, temperature, pressure, dimension, volume, and force, as well as testing of gold jewelry and concrete hollow blocks. Ensure quality, stay accurate. Find out more from our Industrial Metrology and Testing Department. GNBS, creating a culture of quality through standards.
Thank you for staying tuned to the GNBS in 30. Certification helps to improve customer confidence and promote quality and standard. The Guyana National Bureau of Standards this year started certifying companies to our Made in Guyana Certification Mark Programme. These companies are now certified to use the Made in Guyana Standards mark on their products that reach the requirements of the program. So far, we've certified a number of companies, and from July 29 to August 26, 4 new companies have come on board this program. Those companies are KSM Investments Inc., Henville Farm, Pomeroon Oil Mill Inc., and SS Natural Fruit Flavored Inc. Let's take a look at the highlights from these certification ceremonies.
I am delighted to be here this evening as the Guyana National Bureau of Standards certifies the first company in the construction sector to use the Made in Guyana certification mark on its product. Additionally to the Made in Guyana certification mark, the GNBS Product Certification Program, the company is also permitted to use the National Standards mark on its concrete hollow blocks. Demonstrating this commitment to quality tonight, KSM Investment Inc. has achieved double certification.
Standards cut across many sectors. This happens to be a construction company, but there are other sectors in Guyana, as you know. There's forestry, we need standards in forestry, we need standards in mining, we need more standards in construction.
It is going to be the first construction company, construction building products company to receive its mark as well today, which is very significant as well. And also even more significant, be coming out of a very successful building expo, that international companies are still watching Guyana and now watching the products, watching our company.
What we are giving you here is a product that can withstand local and international scrutiny and testing. We exceed international standards of quality. Getting the Guyana National Bureau to certify our products is not a walk in the park. As Paul would have mentioned, a lot of work went into this, and we have been aiming for this as our first stepping stone to having this facility ISO certified.
This significant achievement by KSM to have its concrete hollow block certified to the Guyana Standard specification for load-bearing masonry concrete units is very commendable. and it serves as an indication of the changes that are unfolding within the construction sector in general, as well as, goes without saying, the building sector in Guyana. We have therefore come to a fork in the road where the old way of doing business, of manufacturing, of providing goods and services, it's changing. Now companies and service providers must strive for the gold standard. And this can take the form, as in this afternoon's occasion, of certification.
As chairman of the Private Sector Commission, I take this opportunity to congratulate Mr. Panchu and KSM Investment Inc. on acquiring the certification for its products. We in the private sector recognize the efforts being made by the Guyana National Bureau of Standards to promote and use national, regional, and international standards related to products and services in building and construction sector. These efforts are timely given the expansion taking place, the changing dynamics in the industry, the demands for products of the highest standard.
Again, GNBS is pleased to be here to hand over another Made in Guyana certification, and this time it is Pomeroon Oil Mill, and to certify two of your products, which is the coconut oil and the fragrance oil. Pomeroon Oil Mill, I know this is the first step, and we do look forward to continue working with you on standards and other areas.
I want to acknowledge GNBS and the executives and staff who's been working very close with the Guyana Manufacturing Services Association as we jointly try to promote the mark. The certification mark will certainly help this company and many other companies who are considering it, because your export is going to increase.
The diversity that we've seen from Pomeroon Oil Mill, this is a company that I personally have followed for a long time. The diversity that we've seen is very commendable. We're getting to that stage where the advancement of our products is of significance. To be able to export and for our products to be recognized internationally, branding is important. And that's where the Made in Guyana certification mark comes in. Because what it does, it allows the product to be identified as one that is consistent, one that is exemplary, and one that is representative of the kinds of standards that is expected globally.
This here is just the beginning. This here is just the beginning of where we want to be and the places that we will reach for this company. I do hope that other companies not just coming on board because they want to be on board. We are named trusted not just by the oil that we produce, but we are named standing up for quality. And that's who we are as a company.
Surely this event signifies the company's commitment to quality based on standards. And to the management and staff of Henville Farm, Congratulations on this achievement. Your products will now enjoy a competitive advantage with the Made in Guyana standards mark on your packaging.
I wish to congratulate the team of Henville Farm for this approval and certification of your product. I know it's one of the best, one among some of the best, and it's going to take you a very long way. And let's continue to have that, and hopefully we can have more out of Region 2. As the private sector rep, I wish to congratulate the Henville Farm team, and also thanks to the GNBS team for giving us the time, and to have so much of you here present in our region. It's a plus, and that's a good thing. Well, let's have more of these sessions. Thank you.
I'm very happy to know that this product this afternoon will be brand. You will receive that certificate so that we can be able to have that product wherever we go.
And I'm happy to have such a quality product that has made that recognition, and it's feel blessed to have such a business and have such a recognition. So I want to thank GNBS for this accreditation and for working with me, and I can assure you, as a company, we will continue the quality to be a part of a continued accreditation.
Henville Farm has joined a very elite group of companies that have demonstrated competency in the management of records and the ability to meet established turnaround times. Achieving this mark further signifies that the company has incorporated systems to address complaints and feedback. It is my hope that this achievement inspires other companies in Region 2 to pursue certification and to continue this thrust towards standards.
And I want to urge the RC also to encourage the small businesses here to get on board with the mark, get on board to being recognized, and of course of keeping those standards, phytosanitary standards, etc.
It is a wonderful Friday afternoon to be certifying yet another local business to be part of the GNBS Made in Guyana Certification Mark Programme.
This seal, this brand that you're going to put on your products is all about marketing. Especially if we're going to get into the business of the export. And I know when we get into the export, we're going to be targeting our diaspora especially. And they have to recognize and we have to promote this brand. That when they see this seal on your product, they must know that it came from a place that was certified by an agency and recognized in this country for quality.
The length and the breadth that this company takes to meet at this standard to celebrate our certification mark, and we are looking forward to go to the higher heights to start doing the ASAP certification so that we can meet the international standard.
I am extremely happy for you today that you are receiving your certificate from GNBS so that you can able to continue your progress with your business. And I wish you all the best.
So I think it's wonderful that you're being encouraged to have that quality standards, that there are going to be regular inspections, that they're going to be certifying you. So huge congratulations to GNBS for the work you're doing and making sure these small businesses do have that quality and the consistency.
This is a program that can help us to access new markets, international markets. And if we want to have sustainable business growth in this country, we can't sell to 250,000 people alone in Region 4 or 50 plus thousand people in Region 2. We have to be able to break those barriers down and access those new markets.
The Made in Guyana Standards Mark helped to promote brand recognition on the local, regional, and international markets. We urge local manufacturers to sign up to be a part of this program. You can let us help you to get to the next level. Visit our website at gnbsgy.org. You go on to the certification tab, and there you'll be able to send in that application to start this process. As the National Measurement Institute, the Guyana National Bureau of Standards offers verification services for all weighing and measuring instruments used in trade. Verification is done twice annually, from January to March and then again from July to September. From July 21st, actually from July 12th to September 16th, the GNBS Legal Metrology Inspectors visited shops and marketplaces across the country to ensure that the measuring instruments used by those vendors and shopkeepers are stamped and are accurate. Accuracy ensures that the consumers get value for money. So far, the activity is close to 100% completed, with a total of over 5,000 items verified across the various regions. These include masses, measures, and equal arm scales, platform and electronic scales, petrol pumps, tanker wagons, the weighbridge scales, moisture meters, and many others. Vendors, shopkeepers, and other retailers are advised that the deadline for stamping of measuring instruments for the second half of 2022 is September 31st. Inspectors and regional weights and measures officers will be available to stamp scales, masses, and measures at their respective office locations. And these office locations are in Anna Regina in Region 2, Freedom Hope in Region 3, the Sophia Exhibition Complex in Region 4, Fort Wellington in Region 5, Anna Regina and Curverton in Region 6, Bartican in Region 7, Madhya in Region 8, and soon Letem in Region 9. We also have a weights and measures office in Region 10 at Linden at the RDC building. Now, we're excited to tell you that the GNBS will be further decentralizing our services to the various regions across Guyana. In September, we will be opening our sub-office in Region 5 at Fort Wellington. In October, we will be opening our office in Mabruma in Region 1. And in November, we will be opening a brand new office in Letem, Region 9. We had weights and measures offices in Region 5 and Region 1, and a previous office in Region 9, but now with our own sub-offices in this region, in these regions actually, we will be expanding our services offered to the various residents and customers and clients in those areas. Last year, we opened our office in Bartica in Region 7 and Madhya in Region 8. So this goes to show how much we are really serious about getting closer to you and bringing you standards and quality. In addition, the GNBS is working to increase our capacity at our head office at the Sophia Exhibition Complex in Georgetown. On Wednesday, August 24th, the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce signed a $2.5 billion contract with Nabi Construction, Inc. for a new laboratory facility for the Bureau. This facility will play a critical role in providing services to the expanding oil and gas sector. Construction of this state-of-the-art facility will equip the GNBS with international standard facilities that are required to ensure reliability, adequate space for staff, further training, further calibration services, and the expansion of certain services which includes temperature, moisture, pressure, force, volume, and electricity. It will also help us to better meet the requirements of our ISO accreditation status. The expansion of our services is part of our strategic plan, and we are working with the government to ensure that we can create that culture of quality through standards. This brings us to the end of this month's edition of GNBS in 30. Before we part ways, be sure to follow our Facebook page as we keep you updated on the various services offered by the Bureau, including calibration and testing, training and consultancy, rental of masses, provision of standards, and many others. For more information, call us on 219-0064-66 or our hotline number on 219-0069. You can also message us on WhatsApp on 692-4627. Goodbye for now.
One standard. One test accepted everywhere. Delivering solutions. Working with consumer representatives. Driving business growth and development. Boosting Guyana's economy. Improving quality. The Guyana National Bureau of Standards.